What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Now, today's a very good day for Lamar Jackson. Why is that, you may ask? Because Kyler Murray got his extension. I'm going to be going over the details of that extension, then I'm going to be talking about how that impacts Lamar Jackson and how much he could be getting from the Baltimore Ravens. It's a lot of money. In the comment section down below, guys, let me know what you guys think about this contract. Is Kyler properly paid, overpaid, underpaid, all that type of stuff, and your predictions for how much Lamar Jackson is going to get paid by the Baltimore Ravens. Because, guys, Lamar Jackson's not going anywhere. Lamar Jackson showed up to training camp today. He doesn't even have to report till, I believe, Tuesday, but he showed up early because he wants to get in that work. So, let's talk about the Kyler Murray extension. I believe it was first reported by Adam Schefter, but Adam Schefter says Cardinals are giving Kyler Murray a 5-year, $230.5 million deal that includes $160 million guaranteed per source. Makes Kyler Murray the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL at an average of $46.1 million per year. Now, Kyler Murray has been to the playoffs. Kyler Murray has been to 2 Pro Bowls, and Kyler Murray this last offseason made it very clear that he wants his money. Like, threatening to sit out, and there was so much drama surrounding Kyler Murray. But what's funny enough is it wasn't media drama. It was like drama from him that was caused, which is the opposite of Lamar Jackson, where Lamar Jackson doesn't do anything and then the media just starts lying and making stuff up, causing drama. No, Kyler, like, his agent came out and was like, no, we want to get paid before we play for you. And Kyler Murray was drafted a year after Lamar Jackson, first overall pick, and he's done a decent job, taking them to the playoffs last season and whatnot. Now, he got absolutely destroyed in the playoffs, but that's besides the point. I'm going to go over the top highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. I think I'll run through the top 10, giving their numbers, so then we can compare and see what Lamar Jackson could be getting. Aaron Rodgers is number 1 at $50.3 million a year. Number 2 is Kyler Murray at $46.1. Number 3 is Deshaun Watson at $46. Patrick Mahomes is number 4 at $45 million. Josh Allen's number 5. Derek Carr is number 6 at $40.47 million. And then we get into a couple guys that tied with $40 million for 7th, Dak Prescott and Matt Stafford. Then 2 guys tied for 9th at $35 million in Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson. So the biggest thing to pay attention to is the top of the list. Lamar Jackson, I believe, is in the conversation with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Those are the quarterbacks that I look at and compare to in terms of caliber of quarterback. That is the top tier of this younger quarterback. Now, I'm not upset if someone says, well, Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is on a short year deal because he is not going to be playing high-level football for another 5 years, most likely. Whereas when you sign a player like a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen, a Lamar Jackson, you're looking at it for the future. You are extending him to be your, franchise quarterback for the future. So those are I think the top 3 guys that if you're looking at players that have, gotten extensions or are available to get extensions, those are the 3 players that you're looking at: Lamar, Mahomes, and Josh Allen. The players above them are interesting cases. Now, I'm not going to talk about Rodgers because, like I said, short 3-year deal. Green Bay's just really trying to keep him there. But Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns, fully guaranteed $230 million contract. And why did the Browns pay him? Because they had to get him to come to Cleveland, and it was a very, very interesting process for Deshaun Watson because he wanted out of Houston, and then obviously the off-the-field issues happened, and Houston allowed him to find a trade. He ended up finding a trade, and it was them, but he had options. He was looking to leave, meaning he could go out to everyone and say, what's your best offer? What's your best offer? What's your best offer? What's your best offer? And he was able to take the best offer for him, which obviously was a fully guaranteed deal because he doesn't know, what exactly is going to be happening with him. So he was able to find the best deal for him. It's more you're able to get more money when you leave in the NFL. a lot of times because you're able to field different offers. Kyler Murray, on the other hand, was in a situation where he wanted to stay in Arizona, or at least that's what it seemed like, but he wanted to make as much money as possible. And he, had, I don't know if he officially threatened to sit out, but there were a lot of rumors about him potentially sitting out, coming from his agent, coming from, social media, all that type of stuff. We don't know if he would have sat out because we can't really tell anymore because now he signed that contract. But overall, he was, somewhat aggressively pushing for a massive contract. And the Cardinals, they're trying to contend. They want their quarterback to play. So they are going to pay him whatever they want because they have DeAndre Hopkins once he gets back from his suspension. They just traded for Hollywood Brown. Chandler Jones isn't getting any younger. They have a lot of good players on that team, and they want to win now before they either leave or retire. So they had to pay him. Lamar Jackson is not like any of these top three quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson's not like Deshaun Watson. He's not like Kyler Murray. And he's not like Aaron Rodgers. He's not threatening to leave. He's not threatening to sit out. And Deshaun Watson just plain left and was able to field other offers. Lamar Jackson is much more similar to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen because both of them were sitting there and they were like, we're going to play and we want to stay here. Let's get it done. Now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes got the massive 10-year deal worth almost $500 million. And then Josh Allen got the 6-year deal worth $258 million. Those were players that were looking just to stay where they were. And they weren't threatening, and they were just sitting back. So, Lamar Jackson, I think it's very clear that he's in that boat. He's in the, I'm going to play for you. But let's get it done. Let's play here for longer. I want to be here for as long as I possibly can. That is the vibe that we have gotten. There has not been anything coming out like, with Kyler Murray, deleting Instagrams, deleting everything, talking about how he needs to get paid, all that type of stuff. That's the type of boat that Lamar Jackson is in. So let's transfer over to Lamar Jackson and looking at what the contract extension could look like. I don't think he's going to end up being the highest paid player in the NFL. Now, could he be? Yes. Would I be wildly upset if the Ravens paid him, $51 million a year? No, I would not. I want Lamar Jackson to be in Baltimore. That's what I want. Whatever gets it done, gets it done. I'm totally fine with it. You got to keep guys like that. But I'm expecting him to get right around the Patrick Mahomes type of money. Right around that $45 million. It could be a fully guaranteed deal. I wouldn't be overly surprised at a fully guaranteed, maybe 6-year deal. So maybe a combination of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. We take Patrick Mahomes' money, $45 million, and Josh Allen's contract length, 6 years, and make it fully guaranteed. Because I think it's difficult to analyze the situation that the Ravens are in because it's different from those higher paid quarterbacks. The higher paid quarterbacks are paid because they are forcing it. Rodgers forced the Packers to pay him if he was going to play. Kyler forced the Cardinals to pay him so that he would play. And Deshaun Watson forced his way out of Houston and said, hey, I'm one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when I am playing on that football field. Who's going to give me the best offer? And took it. Lamar Jackson could make $50+ million if he really wanted to. If he went to the Ravens and said, pay me $50 million a year or I don't play, the Ravens probably make that deal. They probably do it. But that's not Lamar Jackson. That's not who Lamar Jackson is. Or, at least it doesn't seem to be. And I wouldn't, I'm not overly upset if a guy says, hey, give me my money. And totally fine. Go get the money. You deserve it. Lamar Jackson deserves as a blank check. That's what he deserves. But the question is, what is Lamar Jackson looking for? Is he looking for a yearly salary? Is he looking for guarantees? Or is he looking for length? Because every single one of these quarterbacks is looking for different things. Mahomes was looking for length, right? Josh Allen was looking for length. Deshaun Watson was looking for guaranteed because it's not guaranteed he's going to play football. Now it's expected. But when he signed that contract, it was really unknown. Kyler Murray was looking for money. That's why he got $100,000 more per year than Deshaun Watson. He was like, give me Deshaun Watson, but a little more. That's what he wanted. Didn't get the guarantees, but he got the yearly salary. And Aaron Rodgers wanted the money. Aaron Rodgers is old. He's solidified his legacy. He lost his best wide receiver. Who knows if they're going to be, a Super Bowl contender next year. They have Aaron Rodgers, so probably. But he wanted that guaranteed money. Lamar Jackson, I believe, is looking for length on that contract, and he's probably looking for guarantees. That's my expectation. So, like I said, I don't think that this contract extension means as much to Lamar Jackson as a lot of people are making it out to be. Because, believe me, Lamar Jackson is significantly better than Kyler Murray. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Kyler's a borderline top 10 quarterback. I think Lamar Jackson is a borderline top 4 quarterback. I definitely say Lamar Jackson's top 5, but borderline top 4, which, when you get closer and closer to that number 1 spot, it gets exponentially more valuable. He's better, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get more money. And I think that that's something that a lot of people need to take into consideration. I'm expecting Lamar Jackson to get $45 million a year for 6 years. And probably 70% guaranteed, I would say. I do not know the number off the top of my head for that. It would be around $270 million. 70% of $270 million is probably like around $200 million. You guys can check my math. I'm not overly concerned about the math. But overall, $200 million guaranteed, 6 years, $45 million is the expectation that I have for him. I don't think Kyler Murray's contract extension affects Lamar. Now, maybe it speeds up the process of Lamar Jackson's contract, but I don't think it's changing the numbers. I don't think, because even after Deshaun Watson signed the extension, Lamar Jackson was interviewed and they asked him, like, oh man, you see Deshaun Watson, what's that mean for you? And he was like, hey man, we're different players. Good for Deshaun. Like, good for him. He's not saying, oh, I got to get more money than Deshaun. Yeah, I'm better. I got to get more. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, I want to be in Baltimore. The longer he's in Baltimore, I think the happier he's going to be. But he also does want the guaranteed money, because the guaranteed money is the most important thing, I believe. Rather, because of injury. And this isn't just a Lamar Jackson thing. This is for any quarterback. When Kirk Cousins got his fully guaranteed deal, it was like, oh my goodness, that's incredible for him. Deshaun Watson got a fully guaranteed deal. That's the best deal he could have gotten. Let me know what you guys think about Lamar Jackson's contract situation. And I'm going to say this right now. I think Lamar Jackson signs a contract this weekend. That is with no sources. That is just a feeling that I have. I think Lamar Jackson signs that deal. And I'm expecting it to be $45 million a year, 6 years, $200 million guaranteed. That's my prediction. Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow.